And welcome back to Honkai Star Rail. So, I don't have either of them today. Daniel is not feeling well and is unable to attend. Greg, I do not know where Greg is. But, yeah, we're gonna go speak with Lagus. So we're gonna do this solo today. Oh well.
An expected visitor. Welcome once again. You know, you could actually skip all the pointless debate and come straight to me to seek an audience with Kefali.
Yeah, that's not sus.
I have no reason to refuse you, do I?
You may not, but kindness has. Whoever gets hold of Kefali's core flame will get to rule over Akama.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
She's wary of me, so naturally I had to gain her trust. I would say that debate was not at all pointless.
Oh, so we're having this discussion while Aglaya is on her way. Oh boy.
Very true.
In my view, this individual has gone to great lengths to get close to Kefali. He might very well be plotting something nefarious against the Titan.
She makes a good point.
Are you still willing to let him pass, knowing this?
Yes, very much so. All
Oh
of
shit, he can see
creations
her.
are always free to visit Kefali's transcendent vessel. This comes with being the world bearer.
He can see her.
How convenient it is to be able to hear what they say.
Yeah, exactly. Acts as sus as I am.
It is truly my honor to speak to a venerated Titan in person. Please, go ahead. Let me join you both on this journey. Oh, a bygone myth tells of an occasion where Kefali once answered their followers' questions on the peak of the holy mountain. Their followers have since believed that scaling this Titan cliff is one way of being with the god.
There's scale and Mount. Oh, it's Mount
Hear
Olympus.
that? It's not every day that you get to climb a mountain with Circes. You should sing me a hymn of praise.
Yes. Nice.
Titan hymns are beyond me.
Oh, yeah, by the way, chat, I saw on my Instagram feed, apparently Hayden, the Sayu's partner, the one who voices the Tribi trio, and Tribios herself, also voices the drunken, like, thing where you put the ambrosia into, where all the core flames ceremonies are held. So that's fun. Hey, I wanted that chest.
Take this Yanis shortcut, and the long pilgrimage stairway will be waiting for you at its end.
I have to admit, I never expected you to not ask me anything. Not even my motive.
That is true. That
Because
is weird.
I know very well what it is you are after. As the saying goes, a gentleman helps others achieve their goals. I have a feeling that your theory will be validated at the end of this journey. I believe Kefali will not deprive you of your right to ask your question, especially now that you're on the brink of death. You must be closer to Kefali than anyone else. Wouldn't you agree?
I hope things go as you say, then.
Hi, Greg.
Put
Hi
a
there.
child of justice
What
into
up?
a farcical world is
He can
bound to
see
turn it
Circe's.
upside down.
Lagus.
Well, we can also see Circus, so...
Yeah, but that's because
He
we're
might be
taking
a
an
player.
access.
Need a change to this world which
Lygus might be a
is
player.
What is this, Elden Ring? He invaded my world?
Destruction.
Yes.
That chat, I love that, but if I was going to play Elden Ring at all, which I'm never going to do because I would get pissed.
Wait, no, it's
I
the
would turn that
C6
off.
co-op mod.
Oh, yeah. True.
No danger detected. But never let
That mod is great. I love that mod. I'm so glad someone made that. The bugs are hilarious, too. The bugs in that mod, because it's like clearly not designed for it, is also really damn funny. Like, I know that's completely not the
Honestly,
dev's fault, but it's very
this
funny.
is my first time going up to Dawn Cloud's peak.
What
Oh,
a
actually,
splendid view. Isn't it about time you recognize the magnificence of us Titans?
She's like, dude, I'm a god. Honor me, damn it.
Well, I don't see how this place is different from those temples in the city. All they have are magnificent facades. And even though I've come this far,
You're a
I'm still
facade,
doubtful
you
about
sod.
getting useful clues from him.
I must be getting ahead
Oh yeah,
of
so
myself to
I've
be
got my
expecting to hear
new computer
something
put
nice
together.
from you.
Nice. Is it working?
It is working, except that I, in my infinite wisdom, did not think to install a desktop environment, because what do I do that requires a GUI?
Greg.
Games, apparently.
Yeah, Greg, you need a GUI for games, you dumbass.
Yes.
Unless you want to play, like, Activision games from the 70s that were literally, like... Greg, unless you want to play, like... What's that fucking text-based game from the 80s that everyone knows? Like, unless you want to play basically just
Dwarf
that...
Fortress.
Yeah, unless you want to play Dwarf Fortress, you need a real GUI. Just install regular Debian or something.
Oh?
No.
Haven't you
I
been
hate
in my head
Debian.
for some time
Then
now?
what are you going to install?
It's high time you get used
I've got
to how I
Arch
feel
running.
about things.
Arch is good. Arch is basically the... I mean, Arch is what the Steam Deck is based off of anyway, so you're probably pretty good using that. Grab that, Proton,
Arch-
you're good.
Arch is fun. The only thing is... It gives me too many things to tinker with, and so I'm having more fun doing that than...
Did you at least get a GUI?
realistically. Well, so I think the GUI is going to be the most standard thing I'm going to do. I'm just going to use KDE because,
Yeah,
honestly,
it's stable.
All
Yeah.
right.
it's
We're just a
stable, it's
short
pretty
hop away
lightweight.
from Kefla.
Yeah, KDE mostly
No
stays out
time
of the
to
way.
waste here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why
And
everyone
for me,
uses
as
it.
I don't like interacting with the GUI, but I need it to exist.
Does it?
So KDE is kind of the ideal for that.
Isn't it because KDE also like basically lets you do everything in the GUI, but you can just do it in the command line anyway, except for like
Yeah.
games?
Pretty much.
Yeah, KDE is good at what it does.
So the intellectual debate from earlier
Oh, also, I
was
found my,
huh?
you know, you remember the Steam Link, the thing where it's like,
Gets a new lease on life. You should
One sec,
focus
hon.
on
Okay,
strengthening
here we go, I got it on my
your
chart.
body and stop
do you
shirking
remember
social
the
interactions.
the Steam Link, the physical thing you could plug into your TV so you could play Steam games on your TV?
Yeah.
I remembered I had one of those. I plugged it in. It had 39 updates to do. It took an hour.
Yeesh.
Like, I plugged it in. I'm like, okay, I'll probably have to push A or something. It's like, nope, updating immediately because I plugged into Ethernet. And I plugged it in, and then the computer went updating. I'm like, okay, I'll check back in like 20 minutes. I checked back. It was done with 9 updates. I checked another hour. It was on like 36. So I had to wait a bit.
Save your concern.
My only problem is it only does 1080p 60, but whatever.
The
It's good enough for
Titans
us to play
inside.
like a lot of games. Like,
Can you make it?
so we can have them run off my PC instead of my Steam Deck, which hopefully causes less issues. For stuff like Duck Game, because it's just going to be
Are
referencing
you
the PC and
to
not
carry
going to a
me up if I
compatibility
were to
layer.
fall now?
Alright.
So hopefully.
I know how far I can go. So just hold your tongue and come along.
Yeah, I set up. I shipped out computers today. I went to
Fine then.
the.
I guess
I went to the
won't say
shipping center.
anymore. I'll just wait till your soul dissipates completely to gain control over your body.
Wait. Who is that?
Oh yeah, I've also been in the process of realizing over the past couple of hours a bunch of things that I used to play with actually have official Arch packages.
Oh, like so you don't need to actually screw them, where you can just use the official version now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably safer to do, Greg.
Hey.
I mean, think about it. Gaming on like Linux has come like a long way, mostly thanks to Valve.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
What should I be
Thank you,
looking at?
Proton. Proton's good.
Remember the days when you had to do everything through Wine?
Hallucinating?
God, I could never get Wine to install correctly on anything. Not a PC, not a Mac, not Linux. Like it just.
I
would
got it
never work.
working. I got it working fine on my MacBook back in the day.
Oh.
Do we even
Not my
see
MacBook
souls
Pro, but the
who are
thing that
close to
came before they
dying?
made a
The
MacBook
plastic
Pro.
white Mac.
Yes.
That old thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember I had one of those. That thing was great, and then some dickhead in 7th grade destroyed mine. He had to pay for a new one. And that's how I got my unibody Mac, the 2008 one, the first one that was unibody. Good computer. Good computer. I had the computer until like 2013 when it was just time to get a new machine. just because it was so old.
Oh, why didn't you bring your favorite spear?
Actually, it's only now occurring to me why everything was awful, even though I got Wine to run perfectly fine on a computer that had 1 gigabyte of RAM.
Is it because it had one? It was the processor.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
the processor, but also it had 1 gigabyte of RAM.
I think I actually did eventually upgrade my
The
MacBook
Black Tide
with
destroyed
my
every
RAM
last
back
inch
then.
of my calyx.
Oh shit, nice.
I eventually just got a new MacBook.
What, Greg?
And then eventually I got a new not MacBook.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked my Mac. I still have Macs, but like, I don't know. My main laptop I've been pulling out whenever I need a computer, Greg, is my framework.
Yeah.
Even a creation of
Because I'm like, well, if it
genius
fucks and if it breaks and dies, I
caused
can get the
ores
part
and molten
replaced.
fire. Could
Plus, eventually, I can
this
upgrade the
be
motherboard
fate of
once it gets
destruction?
too old.
That and honestly, just the framework is a
It's a really nice piece of hardware.
it's a satisfying object.
It's really good. I like using mine. I do find it hilarious though that the framework I have is a bigger hard drive than my gaming computer.
Like, what'd you put in your framework?
I stole it from work, so it's a 4 terabyte drive. Like, remember, I took it from my last job because I'm like, well, the other ones are going to go to the liquidators. So I'm like, I asked my boss, I'm like, can I have one? He's like, I don't care. So the reason why it has a 4 terabyte hard drive is because they needed to be able to like download shit from the cars when there's no internet that they can upload things to. So they're like, just get us a big hard drive. I'm like, all right, you got it, 4 terabyte SSD. Here you go, PCIe Gen 4 SN850X drive, 4 terabyte. You're welcome.
Nice.
Worked great. Yeah, and then immediately when I got it, I flashed it to Windows.
How did you even think
So I have a
of
4
such a
terabyte,
strange name?
really great drive in that thing, and I don't use that thing for anything except basically web browsing and Zoom.
I just saw him. Nice.
Like, it's
Maybe
such
you
a
could use
good...
it
Like figure who was just.
I mean, the problem is, Greg, it doesn't have a graphics card. It has basic, because it's a 13.
Ah.
I was really close to buying a 15, though. Like, legit. If the company lasts another 6 months, I would have wound up with a 15-inch one.
Could
I was
you
so
say
close to
who
getting
knows
it.
anything?
Like, it was about to ship, and then the company died, and I had to cancel the order. But,
Oh, that sucks.
the good thing is, they gave me the code for, if you bought it, apparently, with the graphics card, you would get a free code for Starfield. So I got Starfield for free, thanks to work. Which, hey, I'm not going to complain.
This is.
You know, I'd take that gladly.
Spirit.
Yeah, like, I'm probably not ever going to play Starfield, but it cost me nothing. Like, it's not even like, oh, I got it in a bundle. No, it literally cost me nothing. Work paid for that. And how work didn't even technically pay for it because we canceled our pre-order, and Framework's like, well, you got the code. You're good to go. You entered it into Steam. All yours. We're not going to do anything about it because not our problem. They just were like, here you go. Framework is so good. By the way, they announced they are going to ship the 12-inch version.
You two again.
Hmm?
They're going to ship the 12-inch Framework now.
Alright.
This is a pilgrimage platform dedicated to devout believers. Be you an Anaxagoras. Never kneel to false gods. It's...
So,
Did Cal's
gonna
ever
stand
reply
here?
to you?
What, Greg?
we're just gonna stand here.
Ah,
Yeah.
well,
Eavesdrop.
regrettably.
Seems like the price of becoming a demigod is a lot heftier than we thought.
Wait a minute, what?
House. Demigod.
House.
I've never heard of this person.
Chaos.
Which Titan's authority
We must
did
kill
he inherit?
chaos.
Look on the bright side, Nias. Since we've come all this way, I doubt he'd snub his old friends, would he?
Let's just hope we mean as much as the world to him.
Wait, hold on. I gotta check the lines. The price of becoming a demigod is a lot heftier than we thought. So, wait, so are they, like, human right now?
Possibly.
Are you seeing that same hallucination?
Probably.
again? Hey,
Oh, wait, that hey sounded like she was like, oh shit. Like, that was the oh shit tone.
Yes. It's still you, Ananias, but you're now talking about a certain Kaos. I'm guessing he's one of your companions?
I would Google the Greek translation, but I'm not going to, and I'm assuming it just means chaos.
Okay, chaos.
close.
Chaos is
This name sounds
literally the
just
root
as
word
strange
for
to me.
chaos and gas.
Yes.
It basically means void.
Oh.
It's
Oh, the
like
Void
something
Ranger.
that's empty of structure.
So Void Ranger.
Quite
be.
possibly.
Great, awesome.
Mind.
Kefli's
I
big
think I
fucking
know
thing
what
is
this is
a
about.
Kefli's big ass ball is a
Things are as I
Stellaron.
thought. They
Actually,
aren't
wait a minute.
hallucinations, but the souls of people.
That actually, I might actually be onto something with that theory.
But if those are the souls of the dead, then what am I?
Beats me. For all
You're
I
a
know,
memory zone
you're just an
meme.
illusion I conjured up in my dying moments. Let's just keep going. As long as I take in more sights and hear more stories.
Know your limits. Wander too far among the dead, and even I might not be able to save you.
Fine. If this is indeed as I thought, then this would be very amusing.
Lesson received. Talanton. You have the right to judge the guilty. Okay.
So, we meet again. I'm sure you wouldn't mind a snooping ear.
Can you keep going?
Of course. I'm just... If I knew we had to climb a mountain, I wouldn't have come along with you.
I guess this also counts as one aspect of the world-bearing burden. If Amphorius does have a next life, you may want to get your body in shape.
Keep your sarcasm to yourself.
Here's a cheat. Install escalators.
I'm not
But watch out for
getting enough
eels.
value from them.
Here's a better cheat. Learn to float.
That is true. Beat Paimon.
I'd sooner throw myself off this cliff and hit rock bottom than exercise even a little.
Oh, that's a mood.
Me be like...
I am Calypso of the eminent Seven Sages, after all. Training would make me no different from those Helcalithist barbarians.
Calypso. She's one of the Seven Sages. A member of the Grove? No, she can't be. I would know her name if she really were one of the Seven Sages. Hey, Circes. Does
He's
the name
gone.
Calypso ring a bell? Circes? They're gone. Doesn't matter. I can do this myself.
Oh, beautiful old world. Where are you now? Oh, legendary era Chrysia, return to the mortal realm. Splendid gods once walked the paths we walk. Alas, all that's left of that warmth is a hazy mirage.
Full of supplies. A rare
Why are you chanting that too? We're here, finally. So, I don't get to ask the Titan my question, but all of you make for a pleasant surprise, nonetheless. Very well then. Let me uncover the truth for myself.
There is no truth, only facts.
Did I still fail to make it in time? Huh? So, I'm back here again. This is... I can hear it. I hear it from the depths of the tides. Behind the closed doors of the void world. A voice ready to tell me something. This time,
The voice tells you to
the
go
voice
away.
is a lot clearer than before.
Go home.
Go home.
The movie's over. Just the ending of Ferris Bueller starts playing, Greg. There we just hear, I am Iron Man. I am Iron Man. Hard credits. You think you're the only
I am
superhero in the
Groot.
world?
Since we've come this far, let's just wait.
I love the art style.
Lord Nias and Miss Calypso, are you both here to visit Chaos too?
Wait a minute, is that Cyrene? Greg? Is that Cyrene or March, do you think? Or both, I guess.
Yes.
Do you think it's possibly Cyrene or March?
Yes.
Yes, and we've been waiting for quite some time now.
Regrettably, he hasn't answered us. The worst case scenario.
He's not
is that
picking up
he's
his phone.
Already been overwhelmed and crushed by the world-bearing burden.
You're overthinking, Lord Nias. I can still sense Chaos' soul in the area.
That voice is different,
And
though.
besides, we both know Chaos' nature. A deliverer like him wouldn't fall so readily, much less give up on all that he holds dear. Isn't that so?
Yes. I have faith in him.
That reminds me. Why are
Polixia.
you making this trip alone, Polixia?
Oh, my sister
Polixia.
needs more time to make
That's
sure
a-
the flowers are fine.
Polixia.
Your sister, hmm?
You're coming too? I'm keeping score. March's line when you put her with the Trailblazer. I love that. It's so dumb. Oh. Can you Google who Polixia is in... Is that a thing in Greek history?
Such a pity.
I'm Googling Polixia Greek history.
Both of
I
you
know that
have
name.
hearts kinder than anyone else.
I have to
I know
not
that
Google
name, but I'm
HSR.
somewhat preoccupied by the real.
Oh, she's the daughter of Priam, the king of Troy, and his wife Hecuba. After the fall of Troy, she was claimed by the ghost of Achilles as his share of the spoils and was therefore put to death at his tomb. What the fuck? Polyxena. What the actual fuck, man? Why is Greek mythology such a fucked thing? What is wrong with the ancient Greeks, man?
Don't think about it too hard.
That I
Yeah.
see and hear this time has left me shaken to the core.
Oh yeah, by the way, apparently, I watched a video the other day. Apparently there's a town in Greece, I forget the name, but basically they keep trying to build a subway, and every time they dig more, they keep finding more shit, and they're like, God damn it! We have to wait 10 years to keep building another fucking mile, because we keep finding all these pottery in the roads and shit. Apparently for some of the train stations, they're like, yep, here, look, it's behind a glass wall, but check it out, you can look at the ruins of this ancient city while you wait for your train.
What may seem like a mundane conversation is in truth a once-in-a-lifetime exchange that has revealed the ultimate answer to Cersei's question. The conjecture has taken shape and must now be solidified into a theorem. Next, I only need to seek verification from Kefali. By doing so, I can answer Cersei's question and reclaim my body. But no, I will not do that. That isn't important.
Thanks.
Because another one of my conjectures, one that I have always dreamed of proving, has been proved right this very instant. Fusing a mortal soul with that of a Titan to replace said Titan is not a ludicrous idea after all.
Isn't that just the flame chase? John Hung's point of view. Great. There's gonna be no voice to any of this. Motherfucker.
What are you thinking about?
Just amazed at how this towering
Just
tree is
amazed.
Cersei's divine body. It's a majestic sight.
Is that so? You don't look the slightest bit amazed, though. Plus, you seem to be strangely familiar with the city around the Great Tree.
Nearly something from the past that I won't go into. Oh, he's thinking of the arbor. He's like, I would tell you, but I really don't want to.
I would tell you, but I don't want to, and you don't want to know.
I don't want to be a
was
dragon
also
today. I'm
child
good.
When I looked up at Cersei's, their leaves and branches reflected the sparkling stars, and their trunk was like a pillar that supported the sky and ground.
Hey, Greg, how was...
I stood
Oh,
at
you don't
this
work today,
very
right?
spot
It's
back
Thursday.
then,
Right.
imagining
Well,
So
other than your
instead
computer,
I
how
was-
was your day?
to the top of this tree.
My day was mostly
Because
my
I would
computer
be
and
the closest
cooking
I can be
and
to the sky at that spot.
picking up the car from the shop, and that's all.
Oh, what was wrong with your car?
Turned out that the starter had an issue with it, fortunately, it's not a complicated fix.
Oh, okay, so it's like not that expensive. Like it's it's more annoying than catastrophic.
Like honestly, the diagnostic work is more than the part.
It always is. See, this is why I'm glad I bought an electric car. You know how many times I've had to take my car into the shop? 0. The only time I've had them come by is to basically, like, install my license plate. And then in a year, I'll have them come replace the fan for the filter for the air conditioner. Your Sky Priest, you studied a place that is home to the Reason Titan. That's rather counterintuitive.
Don't read too much into it. I mean, can mortals even hope to reach
Oh, by the way,
Aquilus' realm? They're
the
a
puppet's
strict
sleeping.
and draconian god. Nothing like Circe's.
Sleepy papa.
Reason is willing to share what is theirs with others, but Sky only expects people to revere them. You get what I'm saying, right, Denny? After all, the titan that imprisoned you and Grey here in Amphorius is none other than Aquila themselves.
Yes, I didn't count provoking the ire of the local god.
But there will always be people who dream of soaring towards the sky. The Grove has a wealth of research on Aquila, and that is exactly what we are here for. It's just...
You want to soar into the
I
sky?
never thought Grey would meet with something like that before.
Have
we
you
set off.
tried building rockets?
As a physician,
We've seen that
I should have
somebody
been there
here
by
can
his
build a
side.
rocket.
Yeah, the trees. Bad luck tends to come in streaks, so don't beat yourself up over it. Besides, the Goliath needs you here to uncover the truth behind what happened to the Grove. Just make the most of this trip and keep a lookout on any documents related to the Death Titan. They could be useful to him.
Yeah, there's no rest for the weary, huh? In any case, what we're looking for could be anywhere in this enormous grove. Let's split up to cover more ground. Danny, with your skills, I'm sure those monsters born of the Black Tide will pose no threat to you anyway.
But will you be alright?
Have you forgotten
No.
that you're talking to the chief physician of the Twilight Courtyard? Have more faith in me. I'll be just fine.
I'm Barbara. I'm built like DPS Barbara. I'm good. Silence in here is near deafening. By the way, Greg, you know for a fact someone will absolutely 100% DPS build the fuck out of her like they do every healer. Especially since she's Barbara. The vast amount of knowledge it holds, this academy is akin to a labyrinth of information. Even the cleverest of scholars would easily lose their ways in here. Should gather my thoughts before heading in. How to leave Amphorius. In the midst, Aquila, this titan who reigns over the domain of the skies, is a colossal bird that overlooks the world beneath them with 100 eyes. As long as they continue to soar above the clouds, the people of Amphorius remain trapped on the ground. Solution. 100 rockets. All 100 rockets. Just keep blasting the fuck out of the eyes. I sense forebears of priests who worship Aquila. What, Greg?
Just darken the sky with rockets.
Exactly. Just
Blot
Soviet
out the
Union.
sun.
You just blot out the sky. Like where they do the thing at the range where it's like, we will blot out the sky with our arrows, then we will fight in the shade. Nobody's more familiar with the taboos of the Sky Titan than her. Seeing as how Goliath and her here as a guide, it's possible that she plans to have highest intake on a trial in the future. Forest Titans are a common topic of discussion. People create myths that in turn conceive Titans. It's a tricky task to keep an objective view when among the people of Amphorius. So we're going to step out of the situation, look at it from a different perspective. Titans and Eons are two distinct classes of beings. Titans can communicate with us humans, and it is not impossible for us to overpower them. Upon their demise, we can even take over their divinity. In this regard, Titans can be said to be a lot more similar to humans than Eons are. Chrysosers are humans who possess heroic qualities, and most of them demonstrating extraordinary combat powers and strength. Upon clearing a core flame trial, Chrysoser can even ascend to a demigod and inherit a Titan's divinity. Wait, think about that feels off. Is this a selection process of some sort? Guided by the prophecy, the heroes are on a quest to reclaim core flames and usher in the era nova. Our efforts have seen gratifying results to date, so I expect the prophecy is the hardest to make any sense of. With barely any information to go on it, no matter how much I ruminate on it, it won't yield any results. I should leave this matter for another time. I should probably turn my attention to something else. My plight. Nobody could have ever imagined that his life would be forfeited the moment we landed on Amphorius. Should have done more to keep him safe, but it's not safe. We still have a fighting chance. The unique rules that govern life and death on Amphorius might just work in our favor and save him. Grove is a veritable library of knowledge. Maybe they'll have records on a similar case? Please let there be one. Enough musing. It's time to move on. Clock is ticking. I should search for clues as I move. Night sky feels unnatural. Now I've gotten used to the eternal light of Akuma.
I'm reminded of something, but I don't remember what, which is profoundly unhelpful.
Thanks, Greg. Alright, this
Since I
science
can't help
is
me, I shall
deafening.
proceed to unhelp you.
Well, you want me to do a puzzle?
Sure. I believe in you.
Okay, so where am I going? I have to go over there.
Yes.
Okay. I have 4. Oh, that's easy.
Is it?
Yeah. That was very simple. I feel like I do better at them when they're like when there's less of them, like less steps.
Okay.
That goes.
Worthy of recognition.
Black monsters are twisted and form. Their life is turned to ash together with their souls, and it's possible to figure out their form when they were still alive. These are the remains of the Black Tide monster. It does look different from the Titan King from up close. What's underneath it? A scroll? The scholars' debates. According to debate between Venerationist and Nuisperist scholars. Most of it is legibly only 5 minutes of dialogue. I recall that state that dared touch the sky. But what were they really? Displaying mass manipulated by ambitious politicians who dared to challenge the Titan's authority. Completely meaningless attempt. An absolute mistake. You Venerationists have vowed to the Titans for so long you've forgotten the scholar's true purpose? Making a mistake does not mean the act was meaningless. Even though students new to the Grove understand this from basic logic sessions. Entire city-state reduced to ashes proved the Skyship's construction was a mistake. To me, that's precisely the meaning they achieved through sacrifice. You're hearing this right? Such a statement, are you converting to Venerationism? No, I'm simply examining the matter from another perspective. Legible content ends here.
You didn't read the ellipsis.
I don't care. As expected, the Grove doesn't forbid discussions about the sky. It's a debate between two scholars about the skyships. The guy also made mention of the ships when she interrogated us. Memory I'd rather forget. Hold on, for now. Then any luck, this dream won't leave us empty-handed.
Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs, what's this?
Catadons?
I think something bit me. Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them. You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength. Time to show you what I can really do. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs, what's this? You'll make good
Countless
practice.
threads, all within my grasp. Thus our fates become one.
Oh, I get it.
Being direct is always preferable. So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Deep breaths. This battle.
A little honesty would all lies should be revealed. So
More?
fragile, like a wisp of silk.
I could take 10 of you. Nice job. Commencing research.
Of no great concern.
Time to show you what I can really do. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, Wasp, dead!
Being direct is always preferable. All lies should be revealed.
Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them. Awesome! To travel far.
And you can really tell that Ranya's is a 1.0 animation.
Now watch this!
Yeah.
How kind of barren it is. I should really, like, I don't know. If I were up to me, I'd improve them.
Rodney remastered.
Final resolution. Countless threads. Thus our fates become one. So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
And there we go. Nice. Took quite a minute.
Foretold triumph draws nearer.
Well, that's passing much. She's surrounded by so many monsters. As much as I have faith as I have in her, it's probably a good idea to help her out here.
Really now? This is way more trouble than I could have asked for.
Need a hand?
Or you could sit back and watch.
You're not tough for serious now, but being hard to read is without its perks, I suppose.
I'm kidding, Danny. Lend me a hand, pretty please.
Ready to shine. Here you go, Master.
Catadons? Ha!
Yeah! I think something bit me. Lend me your strength. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, Wasp, dead!
Bathe in gold.
Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them. Yeah!
Thus our fates become one. All lies shall be revealed.
A hero's life is... that was just a small setback. Nothing more.
Oh, right. I forgot. Like it meant anything.
Thank you, friend.
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Could have been worse. The place is practically in ruins. What happened? There shouldn't be this many monsters here.
The Black Tide is remarkably quick to detect the light of Amphorius. So or rather, the blessings of the Sky Priest in me, might have unknowingly called them to me. Anyway, never mind that.
You
for
what?
now.
No,
What?
you don't anyway that.
You might want to have a look.
You
at
don't
this.
get to.
I found it around here.
Pro. Well, I don't care. Well, then enlighten me. What exactly do you mean by examining from the perspective? Simply you see... When we stand normally, the sky is above. When we stand on our heads below, it's our feet. And we wonder what kind of situation inspired you to make such exalted theories. But, by the way, I have a student who loves to write satirical comics once wrote about a fool who could figure out a question no matter what. As I said, there's no reason with your venerationists. You're like dramas. Huge and always gazing downward at the earth. Well, I want to be the wasp that stings the drama. But that state tyrant's defeat simply proved that among all paths to Aquila, the skyship was the wrong one. Anaxagoras, you impious blasphemer, mark my words, you will eventually answer for your sacrilege. Without your students or that young teaching assistant girl, have any idea what secret research you're truly conducting?
Legible content ends
He's a
here is
smart-
in quotes.
He's a scholar fused himself with the
So
Corfling of
somebody
reason.
said legible
This is
content
new.
ends here.
I didn't know Professor Anaxa was researching the sky. He's never mentioned anything about it.
I said an Axum might be opposed to the Flame Chase journey.
Might is an understatement. Anaxa has never been one to venerate the gods, nor has he ever found it within himself to put any faith in the prophecy. People have come to think of him as a heretic, even in a place as liberal as the Grove. Yet, it is also this very blasphemer that Circe's favors. Fate sure works in mysterious ways.
Picked up a scroll right here too. Some might be related to the one you're holding.
Oh? Let me have... the looks of them, these scrolls are records of 2 conversations that took place in the same setting, one after the other.
Too much I don't know about the Grove. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure, go ahead.
What is the
Grove of
Venerationists?
Epiphany is home to 7 schools of thought. While all 7 schools are founded on the ideologies of Thalesis, the first scholar, each is unique in its own way. Among them, the Venerationists revere and worship the Titans the most. As the sage of the Venerationists, Euthyphro has always been at loggerheads with Anaxa. If we were to place the 7 sages on the scales of Talanton, Anaxa and Euthyphro would be placed on opposite sides to achieve balance.
This illustrative explanation, thank you. Why was it a mistake?
Nearly everyone in Amphorius has heard the story of the skyships by now. Aquila's stature is loftier than the heavens, and their divine retribution is merciless. That's why it's no use building giant skyfaring ships. Oh, but I do wonder if a supercharged mini Trevi cannon could slip past their watch.
What if you guys just keep building a really tall fucking building? Just keep doing that. Have you tried that yet? Because then you're not trying to leave. You're just like, no, we just want to build a really tall fucking building.
I just want to live up here, close to you.
Yeah, I just want to come up here and say hi. I don't want to fucking leave because, you know, there's no atmosphere in space. I'll die. I just want to come say hi. That was a joke, right? What's this field of study?
These forests primarily study the application of alchemy in soul repair.
What?
Everyone considers Anaxa a blasphemer, but that has never stopped him from sharing his ideas, no matter how taboo. If you must say that he's hiding something, then it's likely what lies beneath his eye patch. Anaxa often says that every failure brings us one step closer to the truth. Perhaps, to him, the crash of the sky ship carries a different interpretation. The firmament is not impenetrable. On the contrary, it was precisely because the sky ship represented the first step toward breaking free from the shackles of the earth that it provoked the wrath of the Sky Titan and brought divine punishment upon itself. It's a shame that the majority of the Grove's research on Aquila was headed by the Venerationists, with sacrificial rituals making up a predominant part of their findings.
What?
Discourse about more esoteric subject matters in relation to Aquila dwindled even further after the skyship incident. So much so that even this scroll is completely new to me.
Worry about it. Let's look through everything we can find on the Titans for now. Something else that's caused my attention, though. It says an access connecting secret experiments of some sort.
That's what I'd like to know. What are these experiments he's involved in? Even I, the assistant lecturer, know next to nothing about them. I have a bad feeling about this. Could there be more to what happened at the Grove?
There we go.
This is the Library of Philia, a place where the Grove stores its collection of tomes. Other than books written by the 7 schools, you can also find philosophical texts, ballads, and religious writings from the Outlands here. Cities that desire to learn from the Grove were apparently expected to contribute knowledge of equal value to what they sought. We've had more than our fair share of hilarious episodes over the years. For instance, it's said that the Erythrocheramists once borrowed a manuscript from a certain author, but ended up returning a copy instead of the original. What's more, the original manuscript was supposedly then hidden here.
That doesn't seem like a nice thing to do. That doesn't seem like a nice thing to do.
No need to hold yourself back, Danny. You can just tell it like it is. Their behavior was no different from bandits.
Oh yeah, Greg. So apparently there was a... So the Library of Congress inducted several audio-like things into the Library of Congress. Do y'all know what they are?
Sure.
Apparently, one of the things was Aloha Oi from the Hawaiian Quintet of 1913, which that's used in a lot of Hawaiian media by default now. They added apparently the radio broadcast of the game set of the 1960 World Series or something. Why is that significant?
Oh.
Oh, Yankees at Pirates. Oh, is that like with the stupidly? Oh, it's because of the the first time in a winner take all series ended on a home run. Oh, okay, that's why it's significant.
I don't know what
Whatever.
that means.
Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John. That entire album, which is just full of bangers. Like, you know Elton John, right?
See, this one I agree with.
Fly Like an
This
Eagle
one I
by the
understand.
Steve Miller Band. That entire album, which is another banger. The My Life by Mary J. Blige '94 album. The Microsoft Windows 95 reboot chime, the dun dun dun, like the 90, like the startup sound when you turn on a Windows 95 computer. My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion, which I'm honestly surprised did not immediately go in the Library of Congress upon its release back in '97, because holy shit, that's iconic. And then the original Broadway Hamilton cast album. And Minecraft Volume Alpha by Daniel Rosenfeld. Or in other words, C418. So you can now go to the Library of Congress and listen to the first soundtrack for Minecraft. It's so good. Did the Grove broadcast from criminals? Like imagine you go to the Library of Congress and they're like, what would you like to check out today? I'd like to check out Minecraft Alpha, please. Ah, yes, right here. Wait, are you serious? Yes. It was added to the Library of Congress just this week.
No, better yet.
You've got me
Oh,
there.
yes, right this way.
Some said you
It's been in
couldn't
high
even
demand
find a
lately, so you may have
dictionary
to,
in Classroom Kremnos.
Meanwhile, you can just
So I
listen to it on
guess
YouTube for
there's
free.
There are too many books in the Library of Philia. Flipping through them all will take too long. Why don't we use the Biblioslate to search for the texts we need? We can bring them back to Akama for reading after that.
This place isn't safe. We should leave it as soon as we're done. But yeah, like, I love that the Minecraft soundtrack, like, is in Congress. Like, it deserves to be there. It's so good. There's still several... Also, that's good timing. There's still several more scrolls strewn all over the place. Look at them when you pull up those texts. Just go this way. It's faster. Investigate. So their complaint letters about Anaxagoras. There's a thick stack of letters. It's in the desk accumulated perfectly in text seals. The complaint did not even bother opening them and just chucked them aside into a corner. They're like, not this again. This. I see you should come have a look at this.
Ugh, it's so dusty in here. Whoa. Are these all complaints about him? I can already see what they must have written. Anaxa has no respect for the gods. His very existence undermines order in our society. They're probably all things like that.
Does Anaxa hold that much influence?
Why else would they call him the Great Performer? When Anaxa established his school of thought, the first thing he apparently did was read his own work to everyone.
Of course.
Are the Titans truly an accurate reflection of what humans think gods should be? Worlds created by gods are indubitably perfect, but what of Amphorius? Only foolishness and insensitivity everywhere you turn.
Uncanny impersonation. What happened after?
They marched him straight to the seat of judgment before he could finish. Though what he took on in the end was more of a debate than an actual trial. He had to address every one of the scholar's allegations, or face expulsion from the Grove. The first allegation was... Do you agree that since the Titans created the heavens and earth, so the mountains, rivers, and seas must likewise be their creations?
Am I supposed to put myself in his shoes and answer that?
Yes.
Fill the mist, disguise you at the creations of the Titan. Okay.
Anaxa would have probably been spared a lot of trouble if he had answered this way. Instead, he quoted past instances of the Flame Chase journey and posited that humans have the potential to take over the divinity of Titans. Needless to say, his critics didn't take kindly to his answer, so they followed up with a second allegation. You claim to be studying souls, yet you are, in fact, defiling them and committing acts condemned by the gods. Do you admit it?
Yes, those are the
You really
same
do that?
thing.
Alexa always wears an eye patch, never removing it, even when alone. Some say he used one of his eyes as an alchemical ingredient. Every being in the world owes their safekeeping to Kefali, and this is even more so for the Chrysos heirs who have divine blood coursing through them. If
He
he
didn't use
has
it as an
really done
alchemical
something of that
ingredient.
nature,
He used it as a snack
then it would indeed
ingredient.
be
He got
sacrilegious.
hungry.
Thankfully, they had no way to prove it, so it amounted to nothing more than an allegation in the end. One by one, Anaxa engaged in wars of words against those who would challenge him. Toward
boy.
the end, a scholar asked him, Anaxagoras, have you any respect for the gods? It was only after
No.
a brief silence that he answered, I have never denied that Titans are meant to be noble constructs.
That is the most convoluted
Yeah.
no comment I decline to say.
Yes, I'm not sure how that controversy was eventually resolved, but what's for certain, at least, is that Anaxa was allowed
He
to stay in
pleaded
the
the
vault
fifth,
where
and he pleaded
continued
it
his
very
research,
hard.
despite being regarded as a heretic. By the way, this stack of complaint letters has reminded me of a place in the Grove. We may find clues there that aren't on the teleslate. I'm talking about Anaxa's alchemy lab, hidden between the cornerstones.
Goes and tickets to British Arcane because research and oversight were under their nose.
A well-kept secret. Among the 7 sages, excluding the nominal chief sage, each has a private sanctuary where they can conduct research undisturbed in their free time. Even the administrators of the Library of Philia are restricted from accessing those places and documenting the sage's research. But with the Grove in this state, I'm sure Anaxa won't be mad even if we sneak into the lab for a short while. Right?
Sure. Go with that. These trees are like a maze. Check out this cool thing. I can send forever here. Ascend.
Yay, it's a Ferris wheel. Aren't we having fun? You have to wait until it stops moving to disembark.
Right.
This is the place, but where is everything? Materials for alchemical experiments, matrix diagrams, and even the seal to the lab. They're
Oh, crap.
all gone. Did the Black Tide destroy it all?
We're gonna be seeing defense mechanisms along the way. Have you been here before?
No, not even close. Not only are alchemy experiments high-risk activities, but Professor Anaxa also has a penchant for using bizarre materials. Students often saw him walk in looking right as rain, but come out covered in soot with his hair singed. Naturally, no one dared to come near this place. Huh? That bookshelf over there seems to be the only thing still intact.
Thank Creation's universality of the soul alchemy doctrine. During the research of the school of thought, however, studying the Chrysoter's background is mixed within. The Holy Man of Yenisop was Trivi, Trian, Trion, descendants of the Holy Man from the Temple of the Three Fates, Both were Goliath Aquaman from the Nestia priestly family, the Prince of Custom Criminals High Sea and the Twilight Courier, to other entities of varying degrees of connection to divine titans or divine authorities. Does the golden blood come from the heritage of priest families or royal bloodlines? I myself shall no such connection. Carefully the creator created the use to create the golden blood to shape the Christ of Ceres. Yet Castor is certain of death from Idonia. The lady is neither titan, priest, nor demigod, but she has walked the earth for at least a millennium with the power to grant death to humans. Where did this power come from? Another text speaks of the dragon legends of Styxia. An alchemical extraction of soul ripped from the dragon corpse is intriguing. Dragons appear to be Titan's creations. There's a way to reverse the process. Using alchemy refuse human souls with Titan creations, increasing the purity and divinity of golden blood toward the absolute. They must be tested.
What's going on? Anaxa is conducting research on our friends in Alchema and me?
The string contains
Anax
several...
is conducting research on everything and everyone.
The best of fate
And
to
he
cast from
probably
criminals.
created you.
I've seen many a Titan creation during my time in Amphorius. Forms created by Ceres can also be found in the Grove. Using them with human souls alchemical means I can't even begin to imagine. Next seemed to hold special interest in the divinity coursing through the Christ of Ceres veins, and has even conducted a thorough investigation to the heroes' backgrounds.
Wouldn't have been so strange if he had focused only on Cassie, given her own curiosity about her origins. Plus, considering that the new sporists have crafted omnipotent medicines capable of curing diseases, it also makes sense that he would conduct research on immortal Chrysos heirs. But now, it seems Anax's objective was never to create medicine, but to identify the origin of the golden blood and figure out its inner workings.
Alchemy, he aims to refine the golden blood in the years to a degree of purity equal to divinity. See what he means by close to true purity, but treating both Titan creations and human bodies as materials used in alchemy experiments, that's rather extreme.
Danny, look at this. I have a bad feeling about this.
It's a written journal. They're incomplete. Previous approach has flaws. Using human souls to Titan creations does not purify golden blood. Even pure Titan creations are contaminants to the Christ of Ceres golden blood. Soul fusion between humans and creations merely appears impurities of the soul maintains a connection to dying souls. Creation myths tell us that Christ of Ceres and other creations were all made by Titans. Their nature differs fundamentally. Titans' creations are intermediate products of an alchemical process. The Christ of Ceres are close to the Titans of the creations. In other words, I should not have considered the Titan creations equal to Christ of Ceres. I should focus on the one pointed towards the Titans themselves. Such a rare chance to study Titans demand a meticulous selection of research subjects. Living Titans prove impossible to train, and dead Titans offer no insights worth pursuing, but dying Titans, they are the perfect research subjects. Only by understanding the fundamentals of creation can we ensure perfect creation at the moment of everything's birth. I will melt a Titan and reach the true essence of the soul.
My biggest fear. It's come true. After going through his notes, I think I can piece it all together now. Anaxa was carrying out experiments on soul transmutation.
He's trying to reconstruct human souls alchemically? So he's trying to do what the fuck they did to all of the poor little guys in Genshin.
Yes, this is what he was secretly conducting research on.
See, that's not the
Something
reference I was gonna
hidden
make,
from
but I
others.
figured you
Compared
probably
to his
don't know any of
public
the references
speeches,
I was gonna make.
this
Okay.
is the real blasphemy. Oh, I just thought of something. Do you remember when the Black Tide was approaching? The Grove had planned to send Circe's core flame to a safe place. But an accident happened along the way, and Anaxa lost his life in the process?
Your was by and resurrected him, but such is the situation we're in
That's
now.
right. But what if Professor Anaxa's fusion with the core flame of reason wasn't an accident?
What do you mean?
Put yourself in his shoes. Knowing that the Black Tide was closing in and your time was running out, what would you have done?
I'm going to the test no matter the cost.
Exactly. When the Black Tide came, the true reason Anaxa headed to the Luminary Throne was to transmute and fuse himself with the Titan's core flame.
Did he succeed?
No. Judging from how he reacted after the event, the results came as a surprise. Maybe he failed to consider the possibility that Circe would make a similar decision. The manuscripts detailing all the alchemical formulae have been taken away. His research is still ongoing.
You
And
taking
it
them
will
for other
always
purposes?
be ongoing until he stops being able to research.
There's only one Titan left in the world now. No. No way.
You can see the entity perfection must first understand the principles of creation. If he's an Aquaman now, then that means...
After Kefali.
Oh, fuck.
Sir, this sky above us.
Wait, chat, after
It's
this,
not
when we get back to like a
real,
playable
is it?
section, we're gonna pause for the night.
Of
Let everyone
course
know we're gonna
not.
be a bit late.
This is
All right.
just an image from a projection device used for educational purposes. A simple trick. The day-night cycle has been lost to this world. So that students like you may still learn about the night sky, astronomers have harnessed the Titan's miraculous power to manipulate the light, projecting the nights of the past here for you. Much like how the sky above the Holy City is also illuminated by Kefali's dawn device.
So, the skies of Akama are fake too.
Alright, more Genshin.
You mustn't conclude that, Inoxa. You should know that only a child would expose a trick and be proud of it. Often people know more than they let on. They simply choose to feign ignorance because they have no other choice.
Then they're just deluding themselves. People believe in Kefali's tale of Genesis, accepting wholesale whatever the priests preach. But we're different. We've already walked out of the firelit cave of ignorance. We have already realized that we live in a world where Titans make the rules. Even when we look at the sky, we're only seeing what they allow us to see. Rather than gazing at this mockery of a night sky fabricated by them for the rest of my life, why shouldn't I be the one to take control of the projection device instead?
Shit.
So much time has passed since you sowed the seeds of doubt in my heart, child. Many a night, I find myself penning down all my theories and wild ideas, only to burn them to ashes when I open my eyes in the day.
This is such a bad idea. This is really bad.
Why? Because we'll face death by burning if word gets out?
As a sage of the Venerationists, my soul has already become inextricably linked to the great tree. Every word I say and every move I make is certain to influence every leaf, every branch, even the tree itself. But above all else, my days are numbered. Instinctively, I have my doubts about the golden blood and the human soul, yet I have no means of verifying them. The golden blood in my veins is woefully thin, and I am loath to waste what little time I have left obsessing over a hypothesis that cannot even be proven in the first place.
But I can, sir. I can do it for us. The time is right. Give me all that I need, and I shall accomplish this grand feat on your behalf.
On your behalf, he says.
Yeah.
You're right. I shall do just that. In the next meeting of the sages, I will spare no efforts fighting for the rights you deserve. Go. Establish your own school of thought. Find out what we are. Become the one who conquers the ultimate truths of the world.
Child of humanity, you didn't go to such lengths for an audience with Kefali. Just ask him a few questions, did you?
So, you figured it out. If I were as foolish as a Dromus, perhaps I'd throw myself down and prostrate before their greatness, begging for the gods' prophetic wisdom. Well, sorry to disappoint, but I'm no Dromus. Alas, I am a human, standing tall on 2 feet, possessing both intellect and pride.
Before such power, does it make any difference whether you're a human or a Dromus?
I'm sure you're familiar with the story of the Styxians. When the raging waves threatened to swallow them, they didn't just give up and become sitting ducks. No. They constructed a dam that kept the roaring tide at bay, chaining down the mad Fagusa. They call me a blasphemer, Circes. But that doesn't mean I deny the existence of gods. It's just as I see it. Titans are simply a force that mankind has yet to find a way to tame.
Oh? If power that rivals the Titans is what you crave, why not conform to the prophecy and brave the trial?
Why stop at harnessing the power of the Titans when I can do so much more?
Can't wait to kill him. This is gonna be great.
Because if you skip a step, then people won't understand what you're doing.
And to learn what we really are. Thanks to you, I've had the chance to personally verify, in more ways than one, that the soul indeed ceases to exist in death. But where there is death, there is life. And where there is an end, there must also be a beginning. How then is a soul born? That was the only unknown variable left in my calculations.
And by the sound of it, you have already formed a conjecture.
No, I have already drawn a conclusion. In my journey unto death just now, I finally saw the answer with my own eyes.
Professor Anaxa.
Oh?
I'm here. His life hangs by a thread. I must ask you to refrain from taking any unnecessary steps.
Of course. I'll bring this to a conclusive end, and give you the answer you so desire. However, in accordance with the principle of equivalent exchange, I must also demand from you what I need.
This sounds
As
like
you
a trap.
wish.
Don't you care to know what the price might be?
It's a matter of uncovering the truth about the Death Titan and his survival. This may be the only time I can ever save someone's life. There is no need for me to think twice.
I see. In that case, let the show begin.
Let the show begin. In comes the fuck clock.
Indulge me. Am I correct to say that you intend to prove Thanatos' whereabouts and prove the nature of our existence now?
Before I begin, I must confess I had been stuck in a cognitive trap all this time. As unrelated as these two propositions may seem at first glance, they are in fact logical equivalents. They are merely two different ways of telling us about what the soul is at its core. The reason I say this is, as I've mentioned earlier, the answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
Anaxa, you were in the Netherrealm?
Yes, I am but a living dead man now, but that's not
Nice.
important. What truly matters,
I think that's pretty
is
important.
I overheard a conversation between heroes. That's not all. Remember how I said you were a part of that conversation too, Circes?
And I've told you that I have no recollection of such an event. That was likely just an illusion conjured up by the mind of a dying man.
Methinks the lady doth protest too
Of course
much.
you
Same.
won't remember, because that wasn't you. That was Calypso, one of the 7 sages of the Grove.
Calypso?
Huh? Oh, that's the name I made up on a whim when speaking to this girl. How do you know of it? And surely you jest.
He's been
Do you
caught.
think I, of all people, would know if that were the name of one of the 7 sages under the shade of my tree? Don't you claim to know the Grove's past like the back of your hand?
It seems you've lost even the memories seared into your soul. Use your head, Circes. Since all of this took place in the realm of the dead, it stands to reason their likenesses are of souls from the past. The living cannot step foot into that world. So who could they be? Think about Calypso. Why does she share your likeness? Yet you have no idea who she is. The answer is evident. Those fallen heroes are the mortal incarnations of the Titans before
Yep.
their ascensions to godhood. The gods
Here's the
aren't
thing.
master creators born out of thin air, and they are no different from humans, because they all evolved from one.
I feel like this is supposed to be shocking, but also this feels like it was an Axis thesis from the
Does
get-go.
this answer disappoint you?
Yeah.
Yes, because you've answered nothing. If I truly was once human, as you claim,
Okay, I have
then
Netflix ready to go
where do
immediately.
the children of humanity come from?
Even on the off chance that you speak the truth, this brings us no closer to grasping Thanatos' whereabouts. How are we to find them?
I knew you would say that, but it matters not. I know what I'm doing. Actually, why don't we have this supreme being standing before us tell us everything?
You can revive a Titan?
Humans cannot return from the dead. Neither can gods. But all we need to do is look at this from a different perspective, and the problem will resolve itself. The solution is simple. Just like what you did to me. If I'm reborn as Kefali, I can rebuild the world and
Oh,
all
boy.
within it as they once did.
This really is Impact Third.
Is it not?
Only thing is, an axe as the Honkai.
Please let me pause. God, fuck.
I have news from Hyacinth and Danhung. Anaxa might be trying to do something with Kefali's divine body.
Kefali? But what could Anaxa want? Is the Council of Elders going to sit around and let such a sacrilegious act unfold?
That is not possible. He is indeed the great performer, capable of fooling anyone and everyone with his tricks.
I'm sorry.
No need for guilt, for this is good news to us. The Council of Elders has found themselves a traitorous ally. Anaxa's ambitious desires will be something we can exploit. What we should be doing now is to keep our eyes peeled for whichever trickery Kainis is up to, and react accordingly to thwart her plans. Being Akima's political center, the Demigod Council holds just as much significance as the Vortex of Genesis. Someday, after my duty is over, this site will take the place of the battlefield where you hunt gods. Become the next challenge you ought to overcome. Till then, it's best to get used to this place as soon as possible.
You gonna buy his shoes now?
Preposterous! The Christos heirs only have their standing because of the Council of Elders. How dare they trample over it?
Well, these people are shooting daggers with their eyes.
It's been a while.
Hello, Oleg of Memphorius.
Hello,
What is that
Oleg.
supposed to mean? Is this really the sort of person that the young lord praised as a...
It has indeed been some time, Lord Krateros. What brings you here in such haste?
Shh, keep it down. Be more vigilant. See those duplicitous dogs over there? They do the dirty work for kindness. I've already ordered my people to hold them back, but we should still lay low. Unless you're itching for a bloody fight to get a workout in.
My bad. So, did something happen?
Did you hear thunderclaps last night?
It's Akron, someone's coming to save us.
Probably. It's probably not, but I like that
Thunderclaps
answer.
are beacon signals of strife. They are a message from the young lord. He threw a spear bearing several words at Akama.
Watch out. The Flame Reaver is back.
Right, awesome. Motherfucking damn it.
I guessed as much. We didn't actually kill them back at the Kremnos Arena.
I figured this is something you would want to know. We Kremnoans never back down from a fight. So if you plan to take that thing down in a battle, reach out to me anytime.
You have my gratitude. I will let Aglaya know about this right away.
Remind her to be on her toes while you're at it. That vicious kindness has been unusually active lately. Those lackeys she keeps undercover have been going in and out of the city a lot more frequently these days.
Some even seem to be getting Kremnoans to defect to the Council.
That's...
Looks like you can see it for yourself.
We
No, but I can hear it.
Oh my god.
We have control. We have control.
We have control. All right. Yay. All right. I'm going to quickly do this so we don't get screwed. But yeah. All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming. I guess we shall continue tomorrow. So, yep. I have a feeling we're probably going to go through Saturday, Greg. So we're probably going to have to delay Nier again. But, I have a feeling we're close to the end for this. Like, it feels like we're building towards something big here.
Watch it have another 5 hours of gameplay.
Honestly, I would not doubt if it also had another just 5 hours of gameplay. But yeah, we shall see you later, chat. We're going to go watch JoJo. Bye!